welcome to another edition of Sticks-n-Stones. I'm your host, Brent Elrod. First off, let me apologize for my tardiness. I know I normally drop these pairing videos on Sunday. I'm a little late. We're doing some major renovations here at the No Shoes Bar and Grill, so things are a little helter-skelter at the moment, so I may not be punctual on that Sunday, Wednesday schedule for the pairing videos and the short takes, but I'm going to get them all to you, that I can promise you. And I am happy to be here with you today. I have a great pairing for you. So what do I have on the lineup for today? Well, it is my absolute favorite scotch of all time. Those that know me well will know what I'm talking about. And my favorite brand of cigar. So I've got a great pairing coming to you here deep in the heart of the Republic of Texas. Johnnie Walker Green Label, you'll remember that from the Scotch primer, and a Rocky Patel Special Reserve Sungrown. That's what I've got going on today, and I know that they are going to be a hit. Now, this Rocky Patel Special Reserve Sungrown is one of their newer lines as far as the Special Reserve goes. They've been making the Sungrown for quite a while, and it is one of my favorite cigars. I know I say that all the time about this is my favorite or that's my favorite. I just really kind of love them all. But the Special Reserve is fairly new. It was actually the #2 cigar, according to Cigar Aficionado, in 2016. Now, this particular cigar is Nicaraguan made with both Nicaraguan filler and binder, and that's all cloaked with something a little bit different. If you listen to my cigar primer, you know I talked about the Connecticut broadleaf, and that's generally a lighter leaf. We'll take a look at that. That is a Connecticut broadleaf, and it is not light. That is a very dark cloak around this Nicaraguan filler and binder. And the Special Reserve is a little more of a full-bodied cigar. As I mentioned, it is a dark wrapper. It's got a little bit of an oily sheen to it, a fairly large cap, minimal veining, and no real visible imperfections, which is a hallmark of Rocky Patel. He is very, very high on quality. He is a fairly newcomer to the game of cigars. He only got into the cigar making business in the mid-1990s after a career as a big Hollywood attorney out in Los Angeles. But he took his love of cigars and he turned it into a business, and he's done very well at it, and I love many of his items. The 1990, the 1992, the Sungrown, they are all on my list. And we're going to be pairing that today with an equally good scotch. Now, I cannot say enough good things about Johnnie Walker Green Label. It is my favorite scotch. But, oddly enough, Johnnie Walker tried to get rid of Green Label back about 6 or 7 years ago. But there was such a clamoring from the Johnnie Walker Green Label fans like myself that in 2016 they brought it back out again. And while stocks have been a little hit or miss over the last several years, they pretty much find it in any liquor store now. And it is really their thoroughbred in their stable. Now, if you remember my Scotch primer, I told you that the Green Label is a 15-year age statement, so it's aged for 15 years. And it is like all Johnnie Walker, a blended scotch. Now, reports have it that it's actually made of a blend of 27 different single malt scotches from around all of the scotch making regions of Scotland. Now, that is something Johnnie Walker will neither confirm nor deny. However, they will tell you that their lineup in their blend does include names like Talisker from the Isle of Skye, Craigenmore, Colay from Islay, and I may be pronouncing that name wrong. I'm not familiar with that particular brand of scotch, and Linkwood from Speyside, which is my favorite scotch making region. And they combine that into a very robust yet mellow scotch that I think you're going to love. Let's go ahead and give the Rocky Patel here a cut and a little nose and cold draw test. That's got a lot of things going on in the nose. I'm picking up raisins, maybe a little fresh earth or peat, some spice, and definitely some leather. That's got a really good aroma to it. Now on the cold draw, I'm getting a little earthy wood and weirdly what I would describe as maybe soy sauce. But that also could be a little bit of the raisin coming over from the nose. That's very interesting. Now, you know that I am very familiar with Green Label, but I did buy a brand new bottle just for this video, just for that. That was great, wasn't it? Now, on the nose, you're going to get light fruit, maybe some honey, lots of floral, some malty grain, and maybe even some graham crackers. I love the Green Label. It is so complex. Give you a look at that. That swirls wonderfully, sticks to the sides. It's got a beautiful golden color. I love the fruity smell. There's just a slight hint of smoke and peat, and that'll come from the scotches that are blended from Islay, and maybe even Talisker from the Isle of Skye. That's another one that's supposed to be intensely smoky. Now, on the palate, it's very soft and almost syrupy. It kind of coats your tongue a little bit. There's a little pinch of oat or bran in it. That's very good. Getting a little chalkiness in the first few puffs of this. That's got me concerned. Getting a lot of good smoke, nice and velvety. It blends well with the Green Label. It's a little uninspiring in the initial burn. getting a little pepper, a little heat. You know, this is a Robusto 5x50, and the Green Label is an 86 proof. I'm going to go ahead and burn about the first third of this one and come back and give you my initial thoughts. Hey Stoners, I'm back. I will have to say, I don't know if Rocky Patel intended this to be this way, but that unimpressive chalkiness that I started with in the initial burn has given way to lots of earthy espresso, maybe even a little bitter chocolate and caramel. This is turning in to be a very good cigar. Now, if you remember my last pairing, I had a problem with an uneven burn. Not having that problem this time. And if you remember, I thought the problem was that there was a roll in the bottom side of the cigar where the tobacco leaves got bunched up, so it was causing them to burn a little slower. Well, you can tell there's no bunching on this one. It is just nice, neat little stacks of grayish white ash, and it is really turning into a very good cigar. And it is pairing well with the Johnnie Walker. I'm going to go ahead and burn this one down a little farther and then come back and let you see how we're doing. Don't you wish you were me right now? By the way, don't tread on me. Just about got all I can get out of this one. I still haven't dropped ash. I've been very careful with it, but it just goes to show you what I was saying about Rocky Patel and his quality. The man is serious about quality. Now, my final thoughts. This turned out to be a very, very good pairing. I had my doubts there in the beginning with the way the cigar started off, but man, it picked right on up and became very much a star. Overall, like I said, very good. The finish on the Green Label is very slightly barrel charred, a little bit of smoke, a little bit of spiciness, and it is a very mild finish. Doesn't hit you hard like some of the more intense scotches do, like a Lagavulin. This is a very good scotch, and definitely need to keep it on your shelf at $57 a bottle. That's more expensive than some, but definitely less expensive than others, and it is well worth every penny. The Rocky Patel, the Robusto will run you about $9 a stick. They also make a Gordo, a 6x60. That'll run you about $11 a stick. But this has been a very good size for me. I've loved it. It has turned out to be very mellow and surprisingly slightly sweet. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this pairing as much as I have enjoyed bringing it to you. Please hit like, subscribe, share, ring the bells, all that kind of stuff so you know when I drop new content. Be watching for my midweek short take. I'm going to be bringing you kind of a primer on American whiskey. I thought about doing a bourbon versus Tennessee whiskey, but there's so many other things in the American whiskey market than just those two, I thought I needed to give you a little bit about all of them. So we're going to be doing that for our short take, and then I will have a very, very good pairing for you the next time we get together. I'm going to be pairing one of the most well-known names in cigars, Cohiba. I have a special cigar in store for you there, and I'm going to be pairing that with a Glenmorangie. Now, I won't tell you any more than that about those two. You will just have to wait and see when the show drops. So, you all keep your sticks dry, your stones cold, and I will see you here again next time. Have a great day.